Hi, welcome back! We're fucking live once more for painting up the monster manual here on DragonBorn Industries, and hi to everybody who's showing up in chat or everybody who's watching on YouTube later on. Hi, how you doing? We're masking like crazy and we're going to bring you some smiles because we've been busy boys, and yeah. Just another one of those weeks, but hopefully all of you out there are all well and good and you are, taking that time for you, because that's important. And yeah, it's okay to be tired. This is how I think I'm going to start this episode. But we're back and we're going to be painting up, well, I'm going to be painting up the mains today, which is the lovely one that Richard did the other week. This horrid looking pupustule bloated being, this demon, and Richard, I think, is painting up a dretch because he painted up the mains when we did the dretch, so we're going to do it the other way around. Yeah, so we're going to crack on with that and we'll talk about the dretch in a minute, but to add more work to your plate, Richard, who are you? Where can people find you and where can they make you even busier?
Who am I? I am Richard. I'm from Origins 3D. I'm doing stuff shopping with doing interviews, be it from tabletop scenery, looking at bodies, collectibles, statues, cosplay pieces, and anything between them. And you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Etsy, TikTok. You can find me over here with DragonBorn Industries. You can find me on Band Badges. You can find me in my kitchen 2 o'clock in the morning trying to clean prints off whilst getting stacked and things on my feet because I've broken supports all over the floor. Anywhere there's printing.
So, as awesome as that was and well practiced it was, nobody can hear you. Apparently you're really quiet.
Really quiet?
Yeah.
Can everybody hear me now?
Is
I like my microphone in such a way.
Let's have a quick chat. Nope, apparently from Dragon Skull. Ooh, what's your sensitivity at? Is it and I don't mean emotional, I mean like the actual. What about on the actual mic?
Very high actually, I think. Right, automatic setting, input sensitivity, let's just whack it.
Now you're silent. Everyone's saying it's very, very faint when it was before.
Okay, right, how are we going for there?
For me, that's now really loud. But let's hope.
How is it for everyone in the outside world?
So we're just going to give them those few seconds to catch up and then let us know. Not great according to Dibs. Is that not great as in it's too quiet, or not great as it's now kind of distorted, Dibs? So if Rich, you go back to your normal sitting position and talk like you would normal, just because you've obviously.
So how's that?
Just waiting for everybody else, because I can hear you, but
It's a 10-second delay, isn't it?
Yeah, just waiting for the audience, and I don't want to miss out. Quiet and distorted from Dragon Skull as well. What is going on here? What is happening? Let's have a look on my end just to see if there's anything else going on. So. Hello, Jockum. Oh no, it's an Autobot. Roll out! Cheap viewers on. Blah, 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 blah. Fuck off.
How's that coming through now?
Really quiet.
Right, how is that?
That's better for me.
How's that for everyone else?
Let's give it a go.
Can anybody hear me?
Dragon Skull says same.
How's that?
Let's hold up. What do you use to stream in OBS? Can you add audio output to what is picking up? Dib said scrap. No, I'm on Streamlabs, so so Richard's whole window is sending sound in, and it should be absolutely fine. Let's have a quick look. So So let's grab a audio input capture. Welcome to the show, everyone. If you're watching on YouTube, I may have to cut all of this bit out. Audio input capture. Let's go to that one. Add source. Let's add a new source.
I say on my side, I'm getting everything's picking up fine.
Yeah, because I've got you really loud here. Oh, Zizi says that's better.
That's better.
Yeah.
How's that? If I talk with it literally directly at my face.
Whatever Ian's done, it's helped. Let's try something else just to be safe. Oh no, quiet now. And now it's worse. It went back down. Why?
It's gone back down.
Yeah, this is weird. Well, this is what you get. Let's try this one. I'm going to try this one. Let's add this. Create a new source. Right. Let's try this.
Can everybody hear me outside in YouTube land?
That might be really loud. That's it. Okay, so is that perfectly good for everybody there if Richard talks now?
Can everybody hear me? Is this okay? Can I speak? Please?
Now we've got to sit here and hold the position. Yay, from ZZ. Good. Oh, for the love of God, that's fucking something. We can hear you, but who are you? He's done it. You all know the spiel every single week. We've just spent 5 minutes sorting out a microphone. Fuck it, welcome to the show. The main is the one we're painting up today. This is one of the demon kind, and this kind of demon is the lowest form of demonic kind that you can get within Dungeons and Dragons. They are evil souls that have been taken down to the lower reaches of the abyss and turned into these horrible, walking, forever in pain, rotting corpses. Essentially, they're all bloated and they smell bad. And realistically, if you are evil but you haven't really completed your demon lord's desires, wishes, wants and objectives, this is probably what you're going to be turned into in the foot soldiers of the demon hordes. They are a acrid, horrible creature that when you destroy them, they turn into like a steaming stench cloud that then reforms after 24 hours. So they go through being killed and rotting again and again and again. However, some of them are just used as food for other demon lords and princesses. They just eat them by the handful, which just devours them and kills them entirely. So there is one way of permanently killing them. As for CR, they're a CR 1/8 creature, which means that they are very, very, very low down in the CR rating. So one of them should be pretty doable for a level 1 character, whereas for a level 3 character, which I'm hoping Richard is now going and sorting himself out, it should be pretty easy to go for. However, they're a small fiend. They have an armor class of 9, so when we start looking at the big 3, armor class, hit points and damage dealing, armor class of 9 against a CR3, pretty low. For a CR 1/8, it's not bad. Hit point, they have 9, or 2d6 plus 2, so a max of 14 there. At level 3, that's not going to be an issue, but at level 1, hitting that and taking down the damage could be quite a bit, because you're looking at rolling, at most a short sword is a d6 plus any strength modifier. It's going to be at least a couple of hits before they go down. And then damage dealing wise, they've got a claw, which melee weapon attack, which is a +2 to hit, 5 foot reach, 1 target, and it's 2d4, so 8 points of damage. And again, when we look at the CR of this creature being a CR 1/8, if this was to go against a level 1 character, especially a wizard who has a d6 plus constitution, which is probably going to be quite low at that point, that could be pretty fatal, especially if they end up getting a crit. So that could be a character killer at level 1. But for level 3, I think it's not going to be a problem. I'm probably going to throw a few of these at Richard today. Otherwise, you see the standard demon immunities on there. They've got lightning, cold and fire, resistance to lightning, cold and fire, that is. They've got immunity to poison, and they have condition immunities: charmed, frightened, poisoned. They have dark vision for 60 feet, and they speak abyssal. They understand abyssal, but they can't speak. And that that's the whole stat block. You know, as for the actual stats themselves, you know, we're looking at -1 in Dex and Wisdom, Intelligence -4, -3 in Charisma, but Constitution is +1 and the Strength is a 0, so it's really quite low down realistically. But these were one of the first creatures I ever put into a fight in D&D, so that and the Dark Mantle. These were a joint thing that I put together for the first ever session I ran, and so I've got a little liking for these horrible looking beasts. Richard, have you used these before?
No, but I'm getting a few ideas as to how to make them very mean and very nice and tasty in a trap sort of situation.
Yeah, I like the idea that written into the lore they explode into this basically horrible stench. And I'm like, that could be like a cloud kill spell at higher levels. Like a group of them, that could be quite fun. But I guess let's have a listen to what Richard's rolled as a random level 3 character.
I think I've rolled my best character ever.
Oh, really?
So this is a bugbear monk with a strength of 17, a dex of 18, a constitution of 18, an intelligence of 17, wisdom and charisma 11.
Wow. That's amazing.
And it's a way of the open hand monk.
Oh my god. So for anybody who doesn't know what that is just like hit damage, hit damage, hit damage, hit damage, and it's just absolutely nuts. It's like the key striking one, isn't it? Where it's just like, yeah, that's fucking nuts. And bugbears are pretty damn strong, so I don't think even against 4 of these I'm going to put in, you are going to struggle. So I guess, what's your name?
Wilrug.
Woowug.
Wilrug.
So, Wilrug, we are going to set a scene. Your encampment, this goblin encampment, has recently... The stench around this camp is bad anyway. Rotting flesh, wargs, goblins, they all leave a trail of decay behind them as they kill and eat whatever they can, but recently something extra's even got the noses of the goblin kind up in... You know, something's wrong. And it's setting some feral, it's making other ones want to leave the tribe, but you, as one of the main warriors of the tribe, managed to work out that something's got to be wrong within the throwaway discarding pits that you guys just throw the remaining carcasses in, and you climb down into this maybe like 60 foot by 60 foot pit of what can only be described as multiple carcasses and bodies, and begin to like root around, and the stench down here, even for your goblin nose, is just awful. And eventually, as you disturb some of the bodies, looking through some of these like half humanoid legs, half winged griffins, some creatures start to pull themselves up out of the blood and ichor that is at the bottom of this festering pit of death, and 4 of these bloated corpses start to stand up. I need you to roll initiative for me, please.
Roll initiative.
And I will start the 1 hour. Have you got a way in which you think you're going to paint this up?
I'm going 3 colours mainly.
Yep. So, what did you roll for
16
initiative? Cool, so you will be going first. So, these 4 horrid-looking creatures stand up, and they are probably all about 10 foot away, north, south, east, and west from you, as you, can begin. I'm going to take, so I've primed this in Wraithbone, and I'm going to slough a load of Dark Visage contrast paint all over it, and then let it dry.
Really?
But it's you to go first, buddy.
Okay, so I've got 4 of these things in front of me.
So all around you, so north, south, east, and west, let's say, and you're the centre of the compass. They're all 10 foot away from you.
Okay, I will hold my action and wait for them to get into my area of effect.
Okay, is that holding an action for all of them to get in, or is that holding an action for just one of them?
Actually, no, I'm not in a melee. I will rush the close. I will rush the northern one.
Okay, so you rush forward. You tell me what you're doing.
I rush forward and pump. I will actually take. What's going to be better? I will take a quarterstaff strike.
Nice. Go for it.
For an 18 to hit.
Absolutely hits.
And that's 10 damage.
How do you stove the first one's head in?
I literally sort of jump up, and it's that two-handed quarterstaff moment. But two hands at the rear of the quarterstaff, jump up, and basically smack down straight in the middle of its forehead.
And you think it's going to have more like resistance to it, but this corp is already so decayed that it just smashes down through the skull. The brain ichor splatters across your face, and it almost like you have to like stop yourself from retching. It's that bad. But its head collapses, and this fatty body just slumps to the ground with a squelch as it hits the bodies underneath it, completely eviscerated. Anything else?
No, that's it. I will move. I will move myself, taking up a position behind its body, waiting for everything to come towards me.
Okay, and any bonus action or anything?
Nothing's really in. Flurry of blows has to be a melee attack.
Yeah, which a quarterstaff is a melee attack.
No, but nothing's in my reach.
Well, you move, 10 foot towards it? You've surely got 30 foot of movement.
No, it's a lie. It's a 10-foot reach. I don't move.
Yeah?
I will then flurry of blows and strike another one.
There you go. So you probably take east or west.
I'll take the east for an
Nice.
18 to hit.
Absolutely hits.
Keep nutting my mic.
Hey, Geeky, welcome to the show. Dim says, oh, forgot, hi everybody.
8 damage.
Oh, so you maybe like you lunge the staff forwards at this reach, and it like goes into its face, and it like breaks through the skull, and you like pull it back, expecting it to have like destroyed the brain, but maybe it's like just below it where the nose is, and it's just got left this like hole in its face that like you can see the brain is falling out of, but it's just holding on as it like starts lurching forwards. Anything else?
Oh, sorry, I get 2 strikes. It's flurry of blows.
It is indeed.
So that's a 23.
Same one?
Yeah, same one for a further 7 damage.
Yeah, they've got 9 hit points. You tell me how you kill this one.
As it's with fists, I basically sort of swirl around and straight up cartilage check it.
It pushes that brain back up into it, and it just like flies out the back of its head, and it falls backwards, and it just lands with a splosh. And as that happens, the first one that you attacked explodes into like a stinking vapor that's just like a green cloud, and it's just like you at this point are retching, but not enough that you're poisoned or anything. And then as the second one falls back, it also just in ichor and bile, and yeah, the other two just start zombie walking their way towards you. Anything else from you?
No, that's my turn.
Okie dokie. So I have Dreadful Visage all over this mini now. That is quite literally all I'm starting with. I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm probably going to hit this up with a Necrotic Flesh from the Army Painter War Painter range and a Dry Brush. And then we'll use Flesh Tear as red to put in some bloodiness. So let's get... That one is dead. So I'm going to need my keyboard here because there's 9 of them. And then that one is dead. So West slumps its way across 20 foot towards you. And it only has a speed of 20 foot, but that's all it needs. And it just making these gargling sounds with its throat, as you can see like vomit from whatever meal it had or whatever skin it's been eating just bubbling out of its mouth. And what is it with you, Pasty? You're painting a topless model of me again. Yeah, and it just like reaches in, and it's just going to try and like these massive hands, and you see how big they are. They're as big as yours as a bugbear. Just swing in. Let's roll this one here. is a 14 plus 2 for a 16.
I believe a 16 hits me.
Okay, so that is 2d4 slashing damage. That is 6 points of slashing damage as this claw just rakes across you. Maybe it's like as the other one is falling down and exploding, that's where it gets you and like slashes across your arm. The other one will move its 10 foot in a diagonal towards where you were on the west, and then it will. Or only an 8 to hit.
No, misses.
Yeah, and that's it. That's all they can do. But they are both completely on you now as they are looking to like bite at you and very Walking Dead style. You know, when like there's a slow-moving hungry horde and they're like just like trying to claw at like your soft bits. But it's your go.
Get away from my soft bits.
That is not a worm.
Right, I will go for a strike.
Yeah.
Once I have applied this pink to the inner ear. Right, so I got to do this right. So we've got a strike with the staff.
Yeah.
That is an 18.
Yeah, gonna hit.
Right, I've got an offhand strike.
You only get an offhand strike as a bonus action, or flurry of blows as a bonus action.
Is that it?
At level 3, I believe so, because you don't get multi-attack till level 4 or 5, I believe.
Oh yes, strikes as a bonus action. So I will flurry of blows for the offhand.
So deal the damage first on the bow strike, because you might kill it in one hit.
Okay, what? Both of them are on me, aren't they? Though.
Yes.
I can split attacks.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But you may as well do the damage of the first one, because then you can focus it all on the second one.
So damage on the first one is 10 damage from the quarterstaff.
You tell me how you kill that one.
I whiz in again, pop its top off.
Yeah.
And then come back through with a 6 and a 5 damage for the unarmed strikes.
Yeah. Tell me how you kill these two like mauling zombies.
Swoop in with the quarterstaff, pop the noggin, sort of throw myself round, come out with a judo chop, and follow the judo chop with a judo elbow in the face.
So, with that, by popping the top off, what you end up doing is smashing half of the skull so that it just takes most of the face with it. And it doesn't go launching off. A flap of skin keeps it there and it flops to one side as there's no real heartbeat, but bile and putrid disease just starts to like rise up and bubble over its neck and its like jaw hole. And then it just falls down at your feet. Then as you come across with the judo chop, your hand goes further into its neck than you're expecting, and you feel its neck snap, and it like almost like clamps your hand in with like how much pressure you've exerted onto its neck, and then you manage to just like push forwards and smash your elbow into its face, and its whole face collapses in on itself, and you have to push it off your large bugbear elbow as it just slops backwards, and both of them again into this putrid, almost acidic bile gas cloud as you probably at this point are retching from the undeath that even goblin kind would be like, we need to move camps now. And yeah, 4 mains smashed out in 2 attacks by Richard.
Boom, boom.
That took you just over 10 minutes. 10 minutes, 20 seconds.
Well, that wasn't bad at all, was it?
No, well done. But I like these. They're fun little minion things. Have you? You said you haven't used them before, but has anybody in chat used them before? So what have we got going on? So the Mist Lounge, good morning. Hello, hello. It's Pasty saying about me painting him again. He's painting you like one of his French girls, Dibs. Dibs said it's Bugbear Van Dam. Pretty much is.
Pretty much.
Right, I need that to dry. I may have to grab my fan. So, how's the dretch going?
Good, just getting base colours onto it at the moment.
And which way round are you going on the colours?
So I've used a Pharaoh Guard as just the base, like a dark, I said darkish, a green odd one, and then I'm doing Autumn Sage from the War Paints Fanatic range from Army Painter at Army Painter.
Oh.
And I'm going to dry brush that on top.
Div says, that's it, guys and girls. Combat's over, so we can all log off now. I mean, in all fairness, I could actually just smash that on the table, Wraithbone and Death Visage, but I'm not going to. I'm going to do a little bit more work on this. Just need it to dry because contrast paints in this show.
They don't mix.
No, well, I don't know. They do, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm loving your new paint station behind you, by the way.
Oh, I am in love with it.
It's so pretty.
Can't move the monitor enough to see it.
It's so pretty. I mean, like, obviously, like, mine are all in, like, cases that I can move around. So I've got, like, the Fanatics range here, which is all on its own little stand, and some of my Green Stuff World ones that are all my effects paints. And then I've got my contrasts here, whereas my AK's in, like, a carryable case. And because I'm doing BD13 down at the house, that's down there. And my other Army Paints ones are in the makeup case with my inks. So it's, like, sort of a bit everywhere. And I'm like, I saw yours in the chat the other day, and I was just like, fuck me, that's so good.
Well, it's nice because basically it was getting to the point because, again, my desk was so cluttered, and I'm trying to work, trying to do quotes and listings and bits and pieces, and I've got paint bits everywhere, and I needed a separate paint station because I need to paint, and I'm getting so little time to. And then when I do paint, I've got to set up to paint, or I was painting over on the table.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So if I can.
oh my god. Look at that underwear over there at the back. No, I'm kidding, you can't see it.
I've got to love me cax on the rail.
Yeah, it's completely awesome, dude. The Dragonskill says, "Where's your hairdryer?" I don't have one up here. There's one in the house. I use it to heat up the bed when I'm cold. And I've got this lovely little desk clip fan which works just fine. That and the hairdryer is really loud, and I have to do a lot of talking. So it would just be silence if I turn that off, or turn the mics off. But it shouldn't take too long. Take a couple of minutes for this in front of this one to dry. ZZ says, and the whiteboard. Dude, I have a whiteboard in every room, and I still forget things.
I still fucking do. I've got everything written up, and I've still forgotten to write stuff up there because I've got to update it with orders. Because I've got like sum up orders, Etsy orders. I've got my tasks for the week. I've got things I need to print for events, which is actually blank, which should be full because I've got 2 events this weekend.
Yeah. Just says, drop your trousers and windmill it. Absolutely not. And Dreg says, I always forget to unmute the mic after I use it. Yeah, my biggest thing is that, because in this room I also do the dice work, so I have to do dice work and resin mixing early in the morning, so I've got enough time to ventilate the room out and then work in it later on without breathing in the toxic fumes of epoxy resin. However, because the air compressor's in here, I forget that it's an auto one, so once it drops beneath a certain pressure, as the temperature changes at night time, it kicks back in again to make sure that everything's up to pressure. And the amount of times I've been doing Dragonlance and it just goes
and shits you up.
Oh, like fucking every time. And the worst thing is, like, I'll be like, you know what's not gone off for a while, and then it goes off and I'm like, no. Every single time. Gets me.
I've had that a couple of times where I've forgotten to unplug my compressor, so I'm in the next room,
Yeah.
3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, mine's like a 120 litre one though, so it's like huge. It can do like 2 different pressure pots at the same time, and it's industrial grade, and it scares me that that's a massive amount of compressed air just in this room with me while I'm streaming.
Not scared to piss at you.
Yeah, pretty much. But what are you guys up to today? Are you guys painting up some stuff as well while we go? Are you just chilling out? Are you at work? I imagine that Dragonskull's going to be at work. I imagine that Dibs is never not painting. I imagine that ZZ is... Those shoes, by the way, Z, look fucking incredible.
Hell fucking yeah, they do.
Yeah, absolutely nuts. Craig, are you in on Carnage with us tonight?
Oh, fuck, that's tonight, isn't it?
Yeah. So, for anybody who's watching that hasn't seen it yet, we've been over on Band of Badgers a couple of Thursdays and one of the Sundays doing Carnage, which is a Steve Jackson game. So the guys who also did Turbo, it's Meredith, who's also the CEO of Turbo Dork. Where's my camera? There it is. They've got a Kickstarter on the go, and we've been painting up some of the cars from that. So tonight's the last show, so it'll be on Band Death Badgers, Twitch, and that'll be at 9 o'clock. And I think Richard, I, and Craig should be there. And yeah, come hang out, because like Leia's car's been ridiculous, and I've not seen some of the others properly done yet, but like Craig's was fucking pink, which was awesome. And yeah,
I got pissed off with mine last time, so I've ended up airbrushing it.
that's exactly what I did.
I attempted to paint it, but instead I've airbrushed it, and now it looks awesome.
Yeah, I airbrushed the turbo dorks on there and went from that. ZZ is painting up another custom Funko for Father's Day, already epoxy putted on some dreadlocks. Oh, that's awesome. Dibs, yeah, I'm painting the Soul Reaper I got from Warrior Prince 3D. Is that this one, Dibs?
No, it's not that one.
Oh, because this one's sat here and I keep meaning to paint it, but I'm also doing so many other things at once. Like we started recording a new show last night, and it was just like 3 hours of work, and we got like a 60-second bit done. It's weird doing it in an edited format. Also received a box from Beardy with a model that I have to unwrap. Oh. I got a new one tonight. Oh, have you got a new model? Nice. No, I finished that ages ago. Yeah, cool. I was going to say, like, I'm pretty sure you finished yours, Dibs. I really want to get to it and do it, because, yeah, it's just very, very cool. Minimise that one off there. Cool. So I'm there almost with the drying. You still got 41 minutes, Richard. How are you getting on?
Yeah, I'm just trying to pick out some details on the face, do a bit of I think the face is going to be the main point of detail in the model. So obviously the rest of the body is just going to be dry brushed. So it's not too big a thing. So if I make the face a bit more of a focal point with different colours, it might make it pop that little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, I
and
agree.
it also might make it look that I'd sort of maybe possibly know what I might be chatting about.
So, in terms of techniques that you're using for the dredge, obviously this time around I'm going down the contrast route instead of the prime dark and dry brush. Which techniques are you using?
So I am basically using Hope and Pray, Jesus Christ, what am I doing? And also with around the face trying a layering technique of dark to light, as well as I've got some thinner medium here, which I use to sort of water down the base dark colour completely to sort of try and blend it into the green of the body, as it were.
Fair enough, though. At least there's a plan on that one. My plan is quite literally that Wraithbone primer, which isn't doing the heavy lifting for me. I just needed a light primer that wasn't white. Then obviously the Dark Visage contrast paint, which is very thin, so its pigment is actually quite thin, and it allows for those darker purples to sit in those recesses, especially on this like rotting skin. So when we add the blood in and stuff, it's going to look like bruised flesh and like it's had time to like coagulate and just be gross. I'm then dry brushing over that necrotic flesh from the Army Paints of War Paints Fanatic, or the Fanatic War Paint range, and then I will take some Flesh Tearers Red and start getting that into all of the grisly, gruesome bits. I will probably use a Turbo Dork Shifter on the base, just because I haven't got any texture on this base, so I'm going to just give it a little bit of love that way round. Give it something different. That's it so far with just the Dark Visage and the Necrotic Flesh. Oh, Dibs is sending me some photos. It's like a penis, but smaller.
So new selfies again, is he?
Yeah. Oh, Dibs, that's very, very cool. I like how you're doing the cloak on that. Or the dress, even. Make sure you get that post on Instagram, because that's fucking badass. Right, so... I do want to go for quite a heavy and slightly wet dry brush on this, because I just want that purple to be in the recesses, and I really want the heightened areas to pick up this necrotic flesh colour. I could go for round 2 with the Dark Visage, but I'm not going to because we have 38 minutes left, and if I do that, it's never going to dry. If I was to paint it as a project at home, I would probably take a day on this to put it to one side, do another layer, put it to one side, do another layer. Maybe then I would gloss varnish it and then do it all again, so it gets that sickly, horrible look to it and slimy, decayed flesh. Okay, so now I want my flesh tearers. So, when is Abomination Vaults back, Richard?
I believe this Friday.
Oh, awesome. So, anybody on YouTube who doesn't know, because everybody else here should know, obviously Abomination Vaults, the Pathfinder adventure path, is being played by Richard and Meredith from Turbo Dog, along with some other amazing people like Mike from The Weathered Dragon, Steve and Dave. And have I missed anybody out there? I don't think I have.
Night as everyone.
Yeah, and it's a nice horror-themed module or adventure path. So has anybody got any decent games in recently of D&D or of anything else? Z, I've seen you've been playing quite a bit.
I killed a player last week.
Oh no! How'd you do that?
I disintegrated the shit out of him.
Did he deserve it?
Yes. No, so it was a very intense, heavy combat. I did post up the witch's hut. And yes, a character is perma-dead.
So how do you deal with permanent? Because obviously, like, you and I die in this all the time. And this doesn't matter because it's like tiny little one-shots. And, oh, there goes my sneeze, bless me. Obviously, we don't get too attached to those characters, but when you play a campaign and you get through the levels, you can get really attached to those characters, and losing a character is almost like losing a real person.
Yeah, 13th level character.
Oh my god, how many years had that campaign been going on?
5.
And yeah, so to lose a character at that point is really hardcore.
I say 5. It's had breaks.
Still.
So it's probably a 2 to 3 year campaign.
That character it's the 6th time they've died.
Oh right, okay.
And it's now a permanent.
So do you make it so it's harder and harder for them to come back each time?
Every time someone is either resurrected or brought back from beyond, it increases the difficulty to come back.
Okay, so you do roll a d20 and it's like, you know, percentile or something.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Because I
I
make
love-
that kind of like resurrection so hard to do.
I like to have a bit of fear factor because I don't like people to think they can just run in. Oh, I can be resurrected. It's okay.
So this is something I joke about a lot: is you can't die in D&D, and it's funny because it drives Dave wild because I think sometimes he thinks I'm being serious, but I don't mind losing a character. I like the emotion of it, but yeah, some people it's really hard, really hard.
Yeah, if it plays right, then yeah. As long as people play the fact that they've effectively lost a friend,
Yeah.
you know. But when I started back this campaign, from the get go, I said, right, if you do, you know, I'm out to kill you, and if you die, you die. You know, there's going to be big impacts. You know, I'm not going to pussyfoot around. I'm going to fuck you up.
So I don't actively go after my players, but I do try and play as the creature would. So a lot of the times, like, for example, and this happens in Starfinder as well, I'm like, I am going to play this creature as this creature should be played. I'm not going to be pulling punches.
Well, that's it. And at the end of the day, the creature, if it's going to kill you, it's trying to fucking kill you.
Yeah.
It's not trying to tickle you with a bloody feather duster.
No, and I think sometimes I'm like, right, it's smart enough now to know that it's losing, it would run, or try to, or it would be like fight to the death depending on the situation. So yeah, that all makes a difference, really. But yeah, losing a character is hard.
I had mine smash a staff.
Yeah.
She knew she was on her way out. She was tethered. She couldn't do bits and pieces. So the staff she had, she smashed.
Oh, is that like the Rod of Power or something where it like blows up?
Yeah, releases a massive blast.
Yeah. So what I'm doing now is I'm adding that Flesh Terror's red in, and although it's quite blocky at the moment, what I'm going to be doing is going over it again with necrotic flesh and some yellows. So we're going to add in like some putridness and some pinks to those real ripped flesh areas. Let's see what's going on in chat. Zizi, yeah, we fought a mimic in a gnome cave system that was too small for 2 of my players and wild magic effects. Nice. It was a laugh. Didn't miss York, but if Fizzwiz dies, I'm quitting your show. Yeah. Also, if you kill TJ, I kill you. TJ's great, right? Squeakerson is such a great character, and like when Steph came to me with the concept, she was like, "Look, I've got an idea. I want to play Yosoki, but I want to play this." And she sent me an image of a hamster in a suit with a briefcase, and was like, "I want to play a business hamster in space." So that's when we created the Hastoki, the sub-race of the Yosoki. And she was like, "Look, I know it seems like a silly thing, but I can add so much depth to this character." And I was like, "Yeah, no, I trust you. Like, if that's what you want to play, I absolutely trust you." And it's fucking... She's so good. And in A Deadly Quest, which Ross runs on Band of Badgers, she plays Mrs. Bemble Bomble, a gnome rogue. Fucking hell, with Mrs. Doubtfire's voice. It's so fucking funny. But yeah, I love playing Fizz. It's one of the best characters I've had. His development has been such an emotional journey, so it's been an absolute pleasure to play him. Captain Bernal says a mysterious mimic has spawned in chat. Roll a d20. G'day! I'll roll a d20. Oh, it's a 6. Debs, the model reminds me of Michael Douglas in Falling Down. Where's this model from, Richard? Do you remember?
Say again?
Where's this model from? Do you remember?
Give me 2 seconds and I'll find it.
Time to take some more necrotic flesh. And now we're going to go over everything again. So hopefully it picks up that there's red in the deepest recesses, and then we can bring up the rest of the under bits and make them look really putrid. So, Captain Infernal, 111111111. No. Nexus, how you doing, bud? Welcome back.
Okay, so the main is from Epic Miniatures.
So this particular model for the main is from Epic Miniatures, and you can find those at Warrior Prince 3D. I like this one. I like that it was beefed up as well, so it's like human size rather than small. So, and I'm going really heavy again with this dry brush. I'm really covering this thing in that necrotic flesh colour. That way, the highest points of those guts that are falling out, I can start getting with yellows. And while those reds will now just sit into the deeper recesses of the gargling bloods and stuff. It's very Nurgle from 40k, this.
Yeah, that's what I found with it.
It's like Hello Toothy. Please let us know why Z's called Toothy. It puts the lotion on the skin or it gets the hose again. Oh, you did! I saw that! I'm terrified of the dentist. I had a very bad experience with her as a kid, and now I shake like a shitting dog in there every single time. So I feel for you. Hopefully it wasn't one of the front ones. Hopefully it was one at the back. Or if it was one of the front ones, I hope it got replaced.
Yeah, I hate the dentist as well.
And the thing is, right, speaking of it, the Dynatech mug works really great for soup. It does, right? Wait till you try it with custard. Fuck me. It keeps it hot for hours. UCZ got into a fist fight in the backyard versus a raccoon. So So I was talking to Adam from the Army Painter, and this is like ages ago, and I'm not trying to name drop there. This is just genuinely a conversation that happened on stream on Band of Badgers. And his partner is a dentist. And he said he used to be scared of the dentist, but then he started thinking of it in a way that was like, having toothache, having something wrong inside your mouth there, the dentist is the only place you can go medically, and you walk in there and you walk out and you are no longer in pain, and it is sorted there and then. And I was like, yeah, fair enough. But
if you've got an abscess, you're still fucked.
yeah, I was like, you have a scalpel dug into your face with no anaesthetic from a dentist.
I had part of my jaw broken.
Oh my god, that sounds awful.
When I was younger, when I had one of my teeth, I had a tooth pulled, and I spat out a big chunk of jawbone.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
That's a trigger warning. That's gross on so many levels. It just sounds awful.
It was worse because I was a young teenager. It wasn't until I got home later on. I felt something in my actual sort of gum, and I, got my tongue in them, and then spat out the bone. Yeah, not pretty.
Yeah, that's not for me. Azizi says, ouch, Rich. Okay, so I'm going to take some iodine yellow, my favourite of the contrast paints, and I'm going to start putting this over those intestinal bits. And hopefully what this will do is blend into that red beneath it and get some nice deep reds and oranges throughout these horrid, acrid, disease-filled rips and tears. I don't think I'm far away from done, to be honest. How are you getting on? Oh, he's muted. I wasn't even looking. No good, I'm just fine. My name's Richard. I make a shit. Oh yeah, and how do you feel about that, Richard? Oh, I've got a lot of strong opinions about gay people. They're not good. I'm also really, really bad at not being sexist. I just think women need to learn their place. Richard, what are you doing? That's just not right, buddy. Oh, and don't get me started on the Spanish. Dude, what's wrong with you? We're on stream. Stop it. Take that fucking swastika off, dude. What? You're the one not saying it. You're not defending yourself. Zizi says she'll take the hint and make a sandwich. I think Richard is just out of order.
I'm a patient man. I will wait till I see you next.
And do what? What are you going to do?
I'm going to hug you and squeeze you till you are no more.
Oh, please. Don't make promises you won't keep. You all heard it here first. Richard's just an awful human being.
That he is.
Right, so now we've got some yellow on there. And then I'm going to go back in with the necrotic flesh, a bit more yellow, and then I'll put in some more red again. Yeah, Div said it should have been at the Games Expo, but I'm going to a wedding instead. Yeah, I am. I don't know how I feel about that, if I'm being perfectly honest. I really desperately wanted to go to the Games Expo because there's members of the community down here, there's Richard, there's Divs, there's the Badgers, and instead my friends were like, oh, we're getting married. Oh, God.
Fucking selfish bastards, really are.
Oh, I fucking know, right? Oh, you have to love each other, don't you? Ugh.
So if anyone out there is going to the expo, come say hi.
Yeah, say hi to Richard for me. Zizi, you think it's possible for me to play as Bobby Boucher from The Waterboy as a D&D character? I think that's possible.
Mama said.
Imagine finding a giant alligator in the sewer. He's just got like a toothbrush.
Is Abdullah Ablemgata?
I'll stop by and see Richard. Oh, you've got a flat. Nice. That's for the show. Dragon School says he'll stop by and see Richard. You're not going to Games Expo, are you, Craig? If you're flying to the UK and going to the Games Expo, that's something I think we should know. Nah, cool, right. For a minute there, I was like, oh, I might fuck the wedding off. He's like, it may be like one of my bestest friends in the world that's getting married, but like, I would find a way to get up there for one of the days if that was the case, but...
You've got to meet Craig.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of the main things I want to do if we ever get out to Gen Con in America.
We've got them goals.
Yeah, we do have those. Oh, to which end, the live show's absolutely still going ahead. So on the Saturday, the 17th of August, Richard and I will be live on a stage in a music venue, which is like an actual fucking stage that Skindred have played on, to do this show. We're doing the Pit Fiend live. I think that some of the Starfinder guys might be coming in as some extra players for that one, because Band of Badgers unfortunately can't make it down. But yeah, an hour and a half live show. We're fucking doing it.
And I will be giving away a Pit Fiend.
Oh, that's amazing. We might have to like team up and do it as like pairs and be like, we paint one, you paint another one, and then like, yeah, so that's gonna be nuts. And then we've got the live Starfinder show the day after, which is even more nuts. Yeah, 2 live shows in 2 days at Falmouth Comic Movie and Anime Festival, or Comic Anime Movie Festival at Princess Pavilions. So if you are coming down to Cornwall in August, make sure it's that weekend to fucking see these fucking faces live. We are going to be recording those. So the Painting Up the Monster Manual will come out as part of the series, and Starfinder episode will also be recorded. I think I've got everything covered there.
Fuck yeah.
So you've got 21 minutes. How are you getting on?
Yeah, I'm nearly done.
Yeah, I think I'm nearly done as well. Just gonna try and tidy up the base a little bit so I can put some Turbo Dork on there. But I might just leave it black. I don't know. How is D&D going, ZZ? How are you finding DMing? How are you finding, yeah, running a game? It's been a little while now, hasn't it? How about anybody else? Is anybody else in any games out there at the moment? So there we are so far on this one. Add some more colours back in.
I hate my camera.
Oh, dude, that face is looking awesome. Yeah, buddy, there it is. That looks awesome. And something I am employing here is I will put, now that I'm on like my 3rd layer of contrast, I will put this next red in and then I finger wipe away, and then that should leave the necrotic flesh and the yellow on top. That's happening in chat.
Well, actually, while I'm waiting for that to dry, I've got a few pieces of terrain here I've been playing with this week from Cast and Play.
Ooh.
And they are ruins.
That's cool.
and they're all modular, so they all work together. You can build them up. There's a couple of bits and pieces that are like these ones have got like notches in the top for magnets, I think, so you can put next floor on them, floors and other bits and pieces. Because one of the events I'm going to this weekend, I'm loaning them some terrain for the games they're playing.
Ooh.
It should be quite fun.
Yeah, fair enough. ZZ says, we had to cancel some sessions, so there's only been 3, but I'm enjoying it. Struggling with a little with the improv, but getting there as we all knew, so they are patient. Yeah, that DMing is hard, man. I just want to play. I adore DMing. There's something, and I get this every week as a little like buzz with Richard, is that he will roll a random character and play into it, and I will be able to like ad-lib something based off whatever the fuck he rolls, or vice versa. And it's one of those things. I really like the improv side of things. I get it a lot with the homebrew campaigns I do. I write a skeleton and then I let the players fill out the meat, and a lot of that is improv, so I really do quite like that. And I'm assuming that you're quite the same, Richard.
Yep.
Yeah, I very much enjoy
it on the spot.
Yeah, I very much enjoy being the GM. I do enjoy being a player. I love it when I can really hone in on like a character's journey, but I get to play every character when I'm an NPC. So one week I can be like, I want to play a badass. The next week I'm like, I want to play a fucking kobold bard. You know, it's just one of those things that I get to like jump around. I think I'm done.
I'm just blacking my base at the moment.
Yeah, I'm going to leave mine black, but I'm going to say that I am done. And against my skin, it looks kind of pale. But actually, let's see if I can find a black backdrop to put behind that one there. But yeah, if you get to be a player, it's also good practice for that ad-libbing, ZZ. Well, you see, Z, something called social anxiety. She's low-key, very quiet and shy, and her social battery drains faster than a car battery in the winter season. Preaching to the choir, bud. Preaching to the choir.
Now, I have been considering, I don't know, obviously, timelines on this, because it's going to be once my campaigns run out. But I'm going to be after 4 people for a homebrew campaign that I will run online.
There we go. Well, I mean, count me in. Is that something you want to stream, or is that something...
I'll stream.
Yeah, count me in.
I'm going to put it out there to the community as well, if anyone is up for it. But obviously there are going to be certain rules and guidelines we have to follow. But once my campaigns I'm running at home come to an end, I'll be looking at doing something like that.
There we go. That sounds awesome. And yeah, I would love to absolutely come in with that. And when you say like, set a few rules online, I think it's you that needs to calm down. We all heard you earlier. But I'm pretty happy with how that's gone. I'm pretty happy with the fucking
I think
focus.
it's fucking awesome, mate. I love the flesh tone on him.
Yeah. That's all necrotic flesh. I mean, that's like 4 different colours of... It literally is Wraithbone Primer, Dark Visage, Contrast, Dry Brush Necrotic, Blood in the Holes, Dry Brush Necrotic, Yellow on the Guts, Dry Brush Necrotic, red back on as well, and a bit of yellow wherever, just to finish up. Let's see what's going on. Dib says, piss off, Beardy. I can't remember what that was for. Dragon Skull says he enjoys DMing. Yeah, I imagine so, Craig, because you come back from the AD&D thing. ZZ gasps, and I imagine that's at your online play. Oh, that sounds awesome. Dib says count him in as well. Count me in as a spectator. The Mist Lounge says they're in. Oh, there's a lot of interest, Richard. You may have to do more than 4 players.
I might increase it to 6 then.
That would be fucking sick. I'd actually get to play with like Mike from the Mist Lounge and some of the other people. That'd be awesome. Are you saying you're done then?
I'm done.
Okay,
So I will see if actually no.
14 minutes left to go on the clock. Tabletop ready, absolutely definite. I could go a bit further and do some line work on this, but I mean, Richard, that's fucking perfect. Like, that's so good. I love that flesh colour on the inside of the ears and the face. You've got the blues and greens and the claws in there. That's, yeah.
No, I got I did a bit of like a red wash underneath for the back.
Nice. I like that. Adds a different, like, that scaly back to it. Yeah, that's very, very awesome. So both of these, the Dretch and the main, definitely doable within an hour to be tabletop ready. I'd love to go in maybe with like a full red and purple wash again, and then layer it up again. I'd probably add some fucking technical paint called fucking shiny motherfucker. Art coat, that's the one. I'd probably add some of that to it, or a gloss spray varnish just to make it all slimy and gross, or maybe some UHU glue. But Manes and Dretch definitely doable with 1 hour. Next week, however, I think...
What have we got?
Yeah. Yeah. I've got a feeling it's the Monolith, you know. Pretty sure it's the Monolith. Yeah, so next week, I do not think this is going to be doable in 1 hour.
What was it? The...
Monolith.
Oh, shit.
So I'm gonna get the model to show you guys what Richard has sent me. Because it's fucking ridiculous. Like, this is the one I pulled out and I was like, okay, this isn't getting done in an hour. There's no fucking way that we can paint.
Oh, I gave you the one with the blade background.
Yeah. Big old fucking snake queen. And she's awesome, but I'm like, terrified.
Let's use airbrushes next week.
You know what, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay, so next week we're going to try and get tabletop ready in an hour with airbrushes, which will be the first for this show, actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's easy. It really is Purdy. It's a real Purdy mini. I need to glue the swords back on, but you know, all cluts over here.
I've already broken one.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, so I think that definitely looking at these like part of like the whole Yuan-Ti and demonic things, they are so fun. I mean, it's a CR 16, so you know, fucking ridiculous. Yeah, I guess though. Until then, we sort of need to sign off and say goodbye.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I've had a lovely time with chat today. It's been really nice. Well, you can use the airbrush to save time. Yes, you fucking can. It's great. And Richard is very, very good with the airbrush. I think you are. So, would you Zenith Prime that then with black and white, or would you?
I would Zenith Prime it only to be able to get a better visual on the highlights.
Yeah.
So to know what where to come in better. Looking at it, I'm probably gonna. It's mainly like the flesh tone of above, because obviously I think they're very sort of fleshy coloured on the torso, aren't they?
Human.
Yeah. So I might dry brush over whatever I do with the scales with one of the shifters.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna look at the picture, and it's mainly the flesh that's going to be the issue, I think.
Yeah. So I'm probably, because like her back flesh is scales,
Yeah.
where her front flesh is human skin, and I'm like.
But again, that'd be a good thing. It'd be one of those things. I'd do all the flesh first, and then you could blend in with the scales up to the flesh easier with the airbrush.
Okay, well, I guess that's something we need to talk about next week, because I think this one's going to be pretty fucking intense. Yeah. So I guess we will see you. Div says Zenith is only really good for contrast paints or seeing details. Actually, for airbrushing, I really like it. It shows you can put a Zenith on, and then because the airbrush paint is so transparent, it shows through the highlights so well. But we're going to sign off. We're going to go. We're going to leave it be, and we're going to see you guys next week for, oh God, the Queen of Snakes. Guys, thank you so much. I've had such a great time today. We've learned a lot about Richard. I'll have a chat with him about that. And we'll see you all next week. Thank you so much, guys. May those dice gods be ever in your favour. Take it easy.